With a closer look at conditions, let's check in with Stephen Kilbreath. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Cam, and yeah, it's very dangerous with the snow and then the rain that came on top of that and then snow again. So it's definitely a crazy day in the mountains with all of the different kinds of weather patterns that have been going through there. Here's a look at Highway 2 at Stevens Pass. There was some snow there earlier this morning, as you can see on the roadways. Should be pretty clear, though, by the time we hit the afternoon. Let's take a look now at the headlines for the day today. Wet start for much of the region. Some thunderstorms in Boise and Spokane. A wet weekend, but a nice look to the middle of next week. Here's a look at our satellite radar just to see what's happening throughout the region. We'll take a look at Seattle right now. You can see pretty dry in Seattle. It's all moved off towards the east. Spokane, though, staying very, very wet this morning. And Portland seeing some scattered showers this morning as well, as it is also moving off to the east, but more is coming. And I'll tell you all about that in just a few minutes, Cam.
Weather right now, sponsored by U.S. Travel, connecting communities, culture, and ideas across the world on the web at ustravel.com.
Well, on this Thursday, a mix of weather, some wind along the coast and a little bit in the northwest interior as well, and some showers that have moved to the east. Very wet still in Spokane. Let's take a look at some of our camera shots from throughout the region in just a second here. I want to show you the temperatures right now. 54 in the Tri-Cities, 50 in Eugene, 45 for Spokane. Now those camera shots, as you can see here, the Pacific City, Oregon camera seeing some rain on the lens there, but actually not too bad as the sun is coming through in the latest image from this webcam photo. I look here at Guaymas Island, Washington, early this morning from Anacortes, headed through between Guaymas and Anacortes there. The ferry you can see going back and forth there. Not too bad of a day, not too wet either, but it's going to be cloudy with some showers off and on throughout the day. Now let's take a look at the futurecast as most things have moved off to the east here, and you can see that as we'll watch Washington State here. Some off and on spotty showers throughout the day, a few showers throughout the day. By tomorrow morning, though, drive time 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, actually pretty dry. So finally, you may have a dry commute this week throughout the northwest. Thursday, 8 a.m. here, we'll take a look at Oregon and southwestern Idaho. In this area, we are seeing some thunderstorms, and that'll happen late tonight and early tomorrow morning as well. But it does get very wet Friday throughout the entire state of Oregon, especially southern and central Oregon. Portland may stay dry for the morning commute tomorrow, but you can see very wet down through Eugene and into Medford. Temperatures today, 58 in Seattle, 55 in Everett, 55 in Bellingham as well, with showers off and on possible throughout the day. Along the Washington coast, your temperatures will be in the lower 50s. Further inland, we'll be right near 60 degrees in Olympia. In fact, we will be at 60 degrees in Portland today. Not too bad of a day as the showers have moved off after a really wet morning. In fact, yesterday in Astoria, Oregon broke the record for rainfall at 2¼ inches of rain. Here's a look at Brookings, 54. Further inland, 62 in Medford, Oregon. Now let's take a look east of the Cascades. You can see temperatures as low as 54 in Meacham, and then they get up to the mid-60s in places like the Dalles and in Boise. And east of the Cascades in Washington State and the northern panhandle of Idaho, your temperatures in the upper 50s, throughout the 60s, and 70 degrees for the Tri-Cities today.
Let's check in with Stephen Kilbreath. Take a look at the extended forecast. How's that looking? We've got some avalanche danger.
Yeah, there's avalanche danger up in the Washington Cascades that we're dealing with through this morning with the heavy snow and the heavy rain that fell on top of that, and then even more snow that they got this morning. Let's take a look at the extended forecast. We're going to look at Seattle here first. Few showers, 58 today. Showers and sun breaks tomorrow with highs right near 60. Late day showers on Saturday. So every day you can see some showers, but look at that. Middle of next week, mid to upper 60s. Tuesday and Wednesday look really nice right now. I look at Portland now, some showers and even some thunderstorms possible for you tomorrow, and a few showers on Saturday, highs right around 60 for those 3 days there. And then look at you guys next week, 72 on Wednesday. It's going to be nice in the middle of the week. In fact, not as wet as we saw this morning, that's for sure. Here's Spokane. You got a chance of thunderstorms late in the day today, but rain throughout the day. And then for you guys, also in the inland northwest, you're going to see some mostly sunny skies by the middle of next week. Highs will be in the mid to upper 60s. You're going to get into the mid 70s midweek next week in Boise. Got some thunderstorm chances though today and tomorrow before we get there, and a few showers on Saturday and Sunday for our last weekend of April, if you can believe that. And a final look here at Medford, Oregon. Showers and then a wintry mix tomorrow morning because of the low temperatures, and some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. But look at that. Wednesday, how about that? A temperature that starts with the number 8 and actually has a number behind it, 80 on Wednesday.
or Facebook pages. What do you think, Stephen? Rock 'em or toss 'em?
I say rock 'em. Why not? You know, it's beautiful. That's right. That's what, and I love going to the Facebook page all day long because there's great pictures that people post too, and it's fun to follow all of those things that are trending. We're going to take a look now at the national weather forecast and see what's happening throughout the nation right now. And take a look here. There is a winter storm warning, as you can see in those two areas that are highlighted, kind of in eastern California there in the mountains. You can see there is some wintry weather to deal with there. On our satellite, you can see that one of the most active areas is, of course, in the northwest and in the middle part of the country here. Lots of showers that are falling there, and even some thunderstorms that are moving through the area. Now let's take a look at our temperatures. Dallas to 80 degrees today. How about Memphis? 85, Atlanta to 79, and Minneapolis to 51 degrees today. We have more news and weather coming up in just a few minutes.
Our top stories. Now let's check in with Stephen. Take a look at your forecast for today. Hi, Stephen.
Hey, Cam, and good morning, everyone. It was a wet start for a lot of folks, but it is drying out for some as well. In fact, in Seattle right now, it's not raining at all. Let's take a look at our headlines for the day. Afternoon thunderstorms, Spokane, Boise, the Blue Mountains, Central Washington. Next week looks good, too. In fact, some warm temperatures that we're going to have. Here's a look at Stevens Pass. You can see some snow there early this morning, but it should dry out, not be too bad of a day on the mountains later on today. Now we take a look at the radar. Let's start here in southwestern Oregon, and we'll move north just to show you where the showers are falling, if they are still falling anywhere right now. And you can see a little bit in the Willamette Valley as we head towards the Portland metro area. Not too bad. How about the Seattle metro area? Most things have moved off to the east, so it's really not too bad right now in the Seattle area. In fact, you're just going to see spotty showers off and on throughout the day, so not too bad of a morning. Time now to check in with Nick in Portland to see what the weather's going to be like. And Nick, I saw you tweeted out the newest meteorological term, and that is yuck.
Yeah, you got to put it in air quotes, but it's official. I looked it up. It's professional.
All right, good.
It was nasty. I mean, let me tell you, the radar went to purple a couple of different times, and that's about as heavy as it gets. You can get a little heavier than that, but that's getting close, at least for our area. So we still have pockets of showers out there, especially from like Canby south and pushing east of I-5. Portland's not quite as bad now, so it's letting up. In fact, we have a little sun in the Rose City sky camera, Wells Fargo. I've seen a few sun breaks, even in Astoria. So I expect to find a little rain this morning when the kiddos go out there. I'd say by lunchtime, still scattered showers, and in fact, you could find some hail developing. And by the end of the day, we go about 58, still showers. And the other side of this, Stephen, is we've had wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour this morning, so it's a little gusty. It sticks around all day. And tomorrow, we see a better chance for some thunderstorms. I expect to find even just scattered showers, sun breaks, but it is Blazers Friday as the Rockets come to town to lose. Saturday, we're dry until Saturday night. Showers Sunday. Again, Blazers Sunday looks a little on the wet side, but the heaviest stuff is overnight Saturday into Sunday. Light rain Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, low to mid 70s with sunshine. Now, I know, Stephen, you've been in Seattle a long time, as was I. I'm basically from there. I still miss our other team. But if you can get on the Blazers bandwagon,
I'm on it. How can you not be after those 2 games in Houston, man? That's
absolutely
fascinating, fabulous, and fun. And this weekend, so good to get up there in front of the TV and watch them sweep the Rockets, right?
If it means being in front of the TV, I'm fine.
Yep. All right, Nick. Have a great day.
And now it's time for the hometown forecast. This morning, we are headed to lovely Waterville in Douglas County, Washington. According to the town's website, Waterville has more than 300 days of sunshine every year. How have they kept that a secret? Road trip to Waterville.
Yeah, I think so. Today's not one of them, by the way. Yeah, Waterville is in Douglas County, as we know here. Here's a look at the Waterville Family Grocer. The site there is a historic site in downtown Waterville on the corner of Locust and Chelan Avenue. And also, this is the courthouse there, the Douglas County Courthouse. Burned down in 1889. They rebuilt it in 1905, and they still use it for the Douglas County, all the business there in the court. Let's take a look now at the weather forecast for Waterville. Showers today and a high of 56, and you can see showers tomorrow as well at 55 degrees. And it doesn't look too bad there the next couple of days. That's why people love it. It's so sunny there Saturday, Sunday, and on into next week with high temperature near 70 on Wednesday. Our friend Katie's going to check the weather in the inland northwest in Spokane, and I see on the agenda for today is rain boots, umbrellas, and you even say a large hefty bag.
Well, And that's for some folks that are getting a little bit creative with their pet wardrobe, especially on days like today where it is actually raining cats and dogs, and it has been since early this morning. Just a kind of an overcast, soggy look for us out there. I mean, it just looks wet and kind of dreary. That's the look from City Beach out at Lake Coeur d'Alene. Let's jump right in. Got a lot to talk about. We have seen our area of moderate to heavy rain out there this morning. We've seen a couple of downpours that have passed through, even a little bit of mountain snow in the northeast mountains as well as Shoshone County Mountain, Central Panhandle. I think this will turn to scattered showers through later this afternoon. But here's the timeline. I think increasing in intensity for some, especially in North Idaho, Lewiston area as we roll through the evening hours. But there's that threat of thunderstorms that I'm watching in particular. I think that chance of rain, though, at least goes through the weekend. Let's talk about the storms. Extreme eastern Washington, northeast mountains, Idaho Panhandle, Palouse, all you guys with that exceptional opportunity for some storms today. With that, we could see gusty winds, possibly hail, some more downpours, and I think that time frame between 2 and 5, that best time to be able to see that. But looking ahead, beyond today, beyond the storms, I think our Saturday, mostly dry, slight chance of showers for that crimson and gray game. WSU, Joe Albi Stadium this weekend. It looks like at least a chance of rain through the week, but overall, next week, warming things up, a little bit warmer, 70s by Thursday. So, Stephen, I know you're from Seattle, but Wazoo game, are you going for the gray or are you going for the crimson? Really, you can't lose.
Well, I think, it's 1-0 either way you look at it, right? After that one. That's a good thing. And we're talking football, and it feels like football weather out there today, but I like that 70 next week.
Me too.
All right, we'll see you later.
See ya.
Looks cool from the sky,
like it?
though.
Yeah,
no, that
cool
is
from
neat.
the sky, from the side.
Yeah, well, our mountain forecast today is pretty rough in the mountains. We've had some snow on Stevens Pass, and here's a look at Mount Rainier. Some other camera shots from around the region. The avalanche danger is still pretty high. Timberline Lodge there, it's pretty cloudy and foggy and wet today. Avalanche warning, like I mentioned. 1 to 3 inches in the Washington Cascades with a snow level at 4,000 feet. Same story for the Oregon Cascades with the snow level 1 to 4 inches there and temperatures in the lower 40s.
Okay, so hikers need to stay out of the backcountry.
Yes,
Be
that is true.
careful. We'll have an update on your top stories more in your forecast coming up in 2 minutes. Remember, you can always go to our website for the very latest.
Weather right now. Sponsored by U.S. Travel. Connecting communities, culture, and ideas across the world on the web. At ustravel.com.
Well, it didn't start off very well, but the Thursday actually turning out to be not too bad of a day throughout much of the region here. We're seeing some sunshine, as we saw with our Seattle Tower camera just a few seconds ago there, coming through the clouds in Seattle. In fact, we will see some off and on showers throughout the day. Here's the temperatures right now throughout the entire region. Some other camera shots from Grants Pass, Oregon. Not too bad of a day there. Clouds moving through, but sunshine is on the way there as well. Here's Squim from the Dungeness Lighthouse. Beautiful shot there across the Strait of Juan de Fuca, taking a look at Vancouver Island. Now let's take a look and see when those showers are going to be here. We'll set our futurecast for Thursday at 10 a.m. and we'll advance it throughout the day. You'll see spotty showers off and on, mostly Vancouver Island and a lot in the northern panhandle of Idaho over the next 24 hours as we advance it throughout the day and on into tomorrow morning, where you're going to see a dry commute. That's the payoff for some of the wet commutes that we've had the last few days, that's for sure. Oregon, southwestern Idaho, same story. 10 a.m. You can see as we advance some spotty showers off and on throughout the day and into the evening throughout the Willamette Valley. And then, as you saw, very early tomorrow morning, it's going to be very wet in Eugene and places like Medford and Grants Pass, where we saw that camera shot just a few minutes ago. But in the extended forecast, things are changing. I'll show you that in a few minutes. In the upper 50s in Seattle today, mid 50s further north, and not too bad of a day out on the Olympic Peninsula with a high of 53. Could see some breezy conditions as well. Out on the Washington coast, your temperatures will be in the lower to mid 50s, near 60 in Olympia. It will get to 60 in Portland today, and again by tomorrow, by late tonight into tomorrow morning, lots of showers, even some thunderstorm chances possible for the Portland area. Along the Oregon coast, we're going to be in the mid 50s and upper 50s further inland in the Willamette Valley down towards the Rogue Valley, Medford to 62 degrees. We're going to travel east of the Cascades now, take a look at eastern and central Oregon and southwestern Idaho, where Boise gets to 64 with some thunderstorms later on today. Those stretch all the way into Burns. It'll be 54 in Meacham in the Blue Mountains there, where you'll see some thunderstorms as well. Now eastern and central Washington, temperature is going to be in the upper 50s in places like Spokane. Very wet day today in Spokane and in Pullman as well, but central Washington could be pretty dry. Temperatures in the Tri-Cities near 70.